But let's get to 99. Go ahead, family.
What up, fam? So we prepared a dish for the whole family. I put it in the pill because we earned it. So this is a dish. This is a celebration ahead of time for reparationology. Put it in the pill. Check it out. Holler at the boy. Holler at your kid.
Much love to you, family. We gonna check into it. Our sister Angelic, it's back on you, my sister. How you got it?
Hey, I think he dropped out, but I was going to ask you and Black Alpha to roast this troll that was in here, and I can't find him. I think he must have realized someone was onto him because he dropped out. He was doing a bunch of right. He was doing like he must have felt some heat on his neck and realized someone was checking him out and looking at his page and looking at his anti-Black racist. It was weed. I'm trying to see if I can backtrack and go back to, oh yes, here it is. Fuzzy weed bear. Fuzzy weed bear. There's no space in between those words. Okay, so I was scrolling through his thing because I saw he was doing a bunch of laughing emojis, a bunch of thumbs down when the gentleman was talking about his reparations plan and what we should be getting. So here's one. He says no, and this is what Fuzzy Wee Bear said, the one who's just in here trolling and doing all these emoji stuff, and he suddenly dropped out. No, they're just lazy. We've been kind. We even made exceptions to the rule to allow these people to participate in the American dream. And the fact they can even use the word tired with earning nothing, but being given everything. Blacks are just super lazy, LOL, in all caps. And he was just in here. I'm trying to scroll and see if I see him. And I really needed you and Alpha to get him. But it looks like he dropped out. I don't even see him in here now. But yeah, Fuzzy Weed Bear. That's his screen name.
Yeah.
But that's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Yeah, sister, I'm not surprised that, you know what I'm saying, he dropped out. That's what cowards do. Cowards drop out. They leave. They flee. They run, skip, jump, and hide. They jump off. And then they say all the stuff that they say when they get into these spaces because this is the only safe space they have behind the keyboard. I'm not surprised at all that a Nabisco would be upset that we're sitting here speaking about foundational Black American interests. See, this is what I'm saying, family. If we were up in here talking just bad on the Democrats, you'll have a Nabisco Republican coming in like, yeah, we need to stick together. If we was in here just talking about the Republicans, then you'll have a Nabisco Democrat thinking that, yeah, we need to stick together. But when you hear us in a room speaking about just foundational Black American interests, speaking about things that's owed to us, speaking about them as one and the same, now all of a sudden it's, well, we allowed you guys to participate in the American dream. You mean the same American dream that was built off of foundational Black Americans' nightmares? The same American dream that you most likely just got over here to participate in with Ellis Island? 9 times out of the 10, you are not the people of the original pilgrimage over here. And even if you were, they themselves came over here needing help, needing the American dream. They didn't know what the American dream was. They just knew they needed a new land to go to because the lands that they were in, they were famished. They were impoverished. They were sitting there unaliving each other and taking each other out. They didn't even know how to wash their own damn ass until we got over there to show them what soap was. You had your goddamn kings and queens sleeping in the barns. Don't come to me and say we are lucky of anything because the luck is on your side of the fence. But let's revamp back over here to the Afeni DC situation, the Afleety, because I want to bring this up too, because it just really hit me while we was talking with the brother Brad a few minutes ago, that the situation, there's a lot of, they're trying to announce another protest, family, out in DC now. So could this whole Afleety situation just be a promotion for the up and coming protests that they're trying to have in DC? Because there's a lot of people going online saying, hey, you know, don't go out here to this and on TikTok protests. People are online calling it festivals, music festivals. And people are all over line saying, don't go to this music festival in DC because they're already out there. They're already in the streets and they're already attacking Black people. But it isn't the CIA agents, the ops that are saying this. It isn't your Aflinis. It isn't your conscious Fleroys. It isn't any of them who's saying don't go out there. They're the ones trying to get you to go out there in the very same way that the Nabisco tried to get you out for April 5th. In the very same way that the Tethers are now trying to steal our flow, steal the whole dang verse, hook, chorus, and everything else of the song and do a Black shutdown of hair care products on September 1st. It's the exact same thing. They're trying to pull us out here to these protests to represent something that has nothing to do with us whatsoever. And the fact of the matter that they're doing this, they're sending out their ops in order to do this. It's clear as day. And like I said, I'm not surprised that they send out the pro-ho activists, because every time we start getting any type of traction, no matter what we're talking about, here she comes as the first line of defense. So I would have to ask, was she arrested in order to promote this so-called protest that's supposed to be happening in DC? My brother Black Alpha, you want to touch on that?
Man, good point, family. And I'm glad you brought that up, because I was thinking the same thing. And I want everybody to notice how no matter what they come up with, we are 100 steps ahead. That's exactly what I believe. And I'm looking at a lot of these liberals that are making these posts about her, and they keep referencing her as a Black American. Okay. First off, she ain't even Black. Let's just make that clear. Okay. She's a melanated immigrant. Let's make that crystal clear. And second off, she damn sure ain't nothing American. And this is how they're trying to portray it. And that's what they always do. It's the same thing they did with Barack Obama and Kamala Harris. They always put out a tether. And then they always say, well, look how they treat Black people. See, white supremacists will put out a melanated immigrant and allow other white supremacists to be racist to them so they can say, look how they treat Black Americans. I hope you following what I'm saying. This is how they do it. There's a lot of this trickery that the dominant society does, and they play all sides. We see all sides, so they in for trouble. And the trouble that we bringing is that they know that in this era where we delineating, we regulating, we separating, they understand that they can't bring these people around us. So this is why they send out this Aflini and this conscious Fleroy. They send out these people to play fake spokespeople for FBA. Now think about this. It used to be politicians, and you made a good point, my brother Church. Now they send out these little fake influencers, all right, these little TikTok tethers, because the Roland Martins of the world, they're expendable. We ruined all of them. So basically they took their work and put it on a different block. Now they go out to go get these little nobodies on TikTok and make them have all of these videos speaking about our lineage, because they understand Joyless Reed can't do that. We got her fired. Roland Martin, hell, he got fired 3 times. This dude done got fired so many damn times, I lost count. And you see, Jasmine Crockett, she's about to get fired. So they can't go get the politicians and run that game no more. So they got to go get these little nobodies. And they're going to try to make these folks martyrs. You see what we're doing to scam Africanism all the way across the board. You see what we're doing to non-Black Americans. Here's my advice to them. If you're not a Black American, then you should just be quiet and worry about your own business. That's what the hell you should do. Worry about your own business, stay out of our business, and you might actually enjoy your experience here in America. But see, they don't know how to do that, because the system has been structured for these people to eat off our plate, a plate in which they can't eat off no more. So now they're going down bad real fast. And if you see, that's exactly what's going on. Look at Dr. Umar, or shall I say Dr. Kubar Vasquez. He was trying to put this Pan-Africanism on us, asking for donations from our people, didn't ask for 1 penny from anybody else around the whole damn planet, but he was so obsessed with our money, and look where he at right now. Nobody is getting off on us, family. Nobody is fooling us. You ended up getting a whole lot of ABK, anti-black karma, whenever you come our way with that nonsense. And this is how we've been structured. However, this is also how we're carrying it into the next era. The next era is going to be littered with this type of energy and vibration, because that's exactly what the fuck this era is. This is what happens when you certify. See, we ain't these people sitting around all damn day long making 100 posts. We out here about that real life, real action. And we really exposing these people in broad daylight, real time. You ain't got to fast forward nor rewind to see what's happening. You can capture it when it go down. And we see every last one of these folks. And if you notice, they don't feel too comfortable right now. They don't feel too comfortable, because when they used to have it going their way, they was smiling. They was making all the videos. How many videos did y'all see with the Tethers on there dancing? They not dancing no more, y'all. How many times did you see them Tethers out there smiling? They not smiling no more. All of these ops, these shaky backgrounds, these people who got posts and tweets telling black Americans how we need to get involved in all black problems. And then when we simply say your problems ain't our problems, now what? Now what? A simple separation. And I don't need nobody. Let me make this clear too, fam. Don't let nobody come and try to tell you that black Americans are being xenophobic, because y'all want to know who's really xenophobic? Go to Africa right now and see how much Africans are delineating from other Africans. All right. You got Africans kicking Africans out of every single country in Africa. So don't let nobody come over here and tell us that. And now we're telling them, hey, listen, if you got so much focus on black Americans, maybe you put that focus on Africans or Jamaicans or Haitian, and how all of y'all got conflict left and right with each other, and you might be somewhere and you might be all right, but it ain't working for you. I told y'all these folks is the joke, and their inner tubes can't float. This is a different wave, and the wave is brought to you by every single one of us. So you see the Tethers and the Democrats and Black Lives Matter, you name them, every single last one of these people have been hyper exposed, and we're going to continue to expose that. So if you got any tweets telling everybody that you weren't really a black American 5 years ago, we're going to pull it out, and we're going to show that your ass is really just an op, a Tether op, an undercover op. But all undercover ops are getting exposed. If you run around here and you was supporting reparations yesterday and now you ain't supporting reparations today, we gonna pull your Tether card as well. All the cards are getting pulled out. All the receipts are getting laid on the table. And when all the smoke clears, it's gonna be exactly what it was on day one. Certified, foundational, black Americans. The only thing that matters. Certified salute. Go ahead, my brother Church.
Yeah, I just wanted to say real quick, family, because, you brought up, the xenophobia that's going on in Africa. I posted this a couple of days ago where somebody was asking, why is it that Nigeria has all these natural resources? They have all these things that they could be doing. They have the most doctors out of all most African countries, yada yada yada. But the question came up to so why are they so poor, or why are they so poverty stricken? And to be honest with you, family, I said this before, there's immigration and there's immigration, right? Nigeria is a country that has some of the most immigration. The problem is, most of these African countries are kicking all these people out. So my biggest thing that I've been doing is checking people whenever they say FBA xenophobic. I gotta ask, if we're so xenophobic, show me the unity amongst your continent, because America is just a country, right? Africa is a continent. It has 53 countries. Why is it that none of them are working together? And why is it that you guys expect us to work with you guys when y'all can't even work together over there? So I'm glad that you brought up that point. Y'all are the xenophobic ones, but y'all keep trying to bring it back to us as if we're the people who are over there segregating you from each other. If y'all was really Pan-Africanist, we would see Pan-Africanism across the 52, 53, 54 goddamn countries in Africa. But since we don't bring that stuff over here to us. And I just wanted to say that little bit right there, because it is very apparent that they really, really want to make us out to be a bunch of xenophobic people, and they don't even address what's going on in Ghana. They don't address what's going on in South Africa. They don't address what's going on in Mali. They don't address what's going on in Gambia. All these places are putting out Nigerians, and they're cussing them out. We do not want you here. So go and use that xenophobic rhetoric back on your continent. Our brother Cool Keezy's in the building. What's up with you, family?
Peace, peace, peace. I'm over here slamming my hat down, man, because you and Black Alpha just took the words out of my mouth, man. Come on. Nah, but that's just what's up. I always be like, well, what about all that xenophobia? Why y'all doing the Nigerians like that? I do that, man. Come on. Don't hit us. And the bottom line is that delineation movement got everybody losing their mind. We got instant results with that, family. That people just start going crazy, and now we this far into it, and now everybody's just getting their paperwork checked, and because we already see the play, they coming in with the TikTok tethers and all of these weirdos on the internet that try to use buzzwords. They've been paying attention to us. Some of them are probably in these spaces right now. Take your notes, on their little Tether tablet and tops or whatever. But you know what? They get their paperwork checked, and then they have to start fleeing all over the place because we put them on the Summer Jam screen. And, when you get on the Summer Jam screen, it's up forever. You're done. You're cooked. You're roasted. You lose your influence. And then that's a wrap for you. And we just going to continue that kind of energy. That's what time it is. And I'm going to go ahead and park the 18-wheeler in the front yard.
Not the 18-wheeler. No, I'm absolutely on. I'm on code with you on that, family, because here's the thing. A lot of these folks, they're looking at us right now as everything under the sun besides a group that's trying to protect our people, a group that's trying to protect our group, and a group that's trying to protect our future. So honestly, and Keezy, I want to ask you this, because I've been seeing you on, TikTok really giving the elbows to them folks from point A to point Z, especially when it comes to these tethers. When you're on there serving these folks up, are they coming with any new talking points?
Oh, no, man. It is the same old playbook. Same old. It's too easy, light work. Shit, they're not even, I haven't even heard nothing even worth an argument, worth considering, because it's all the same stuff I've always been hearing. Usually, it's just like y'all said, they're labeling, they put another label on us, or they're trying to constantly tell us who we are, or tell us about, and it just never works. They always crash out. At the end of the day, you rebuttal them 2 or 3 times, and then they're just gonna start crashing out, name calling, or you have to block them.
And with that being said, family, that's across all platforms. So what does that say? If we can get the same type of energy on TikTok that we get here on X or Twitter, whatever we're going to call this, that we can get on Instagram, that we get on Facebook, and they all have the same talking points, somebody has to be passing out a piece of paper, and at the top of it says talking points. I have never seen people organically besides us. We're the only people on the planet that can organically not even say it, but look at each other, look at what's going on, and know what's going on, and say, yeah, we're against that. We're not going to support that. We ain't even got to say that out loud. But when you get a bunch of tethers coming around and they're not organically coming to a conclusion, They just start out every video, oh, FBA is a hate group. Oh, FBA is a court. Oh, FBA, you need to be scared because you're next. FBA, guess what? In New York, in DC, there's issues for you there. You have to worry about those issues because we have to worry about those issues. Every single time it's the same damn playbook.
Remember, I'm not to cut you up, but remember,
Go ahead, brother.
a tether is just a immigrant coon. So all you're gonna hear is just the Sambo talking points. That's it. They just gonna be caping for a Nabisco every time.
Not only are they just going to cape for the Nabisco, they're going to throw their life on the line for the Nabisco. Have you ever heard of the saying, throwing yourself in front of a train? These people would push the Nabisco out of the way and toss themselves in front of that train. Worse if they hit a fleer in the foot, because how they going to flee if anything pop off? But still, they would rather jump in front of a train because they will destroy themselves when it comes down to these folks. They will destroy each part about them when it comes to these folks. So whatever is passed down the line to these people, and this goes for the cooks, this goes for the tethers, this goes for the paid operatives, because 9 times out of the 10 tethers are. When it comes down to these folks, all you're getting is still the same rhetoric that was placed in their hands by some Democratic think tank or by some Republican think tank. That's why they thought that Project 2025 would work, because it came down from the think tank. As long as you scare in these Negroes, you don't have to worry about too much when it comes to what? Them demanding something from you, because they're too scared to demand anything at this point in time, because so many things are going on in the country in which they live. So many things are going on in the city in which they live. So many things are being passed down from the federal level by Donald Trump. Well, we had those same things passed down by Joe Biden before he was even a president. Only when he was a senator. We can look at the things that Joe Biden did as a senator and understand that both parties are the exact same. I'm not even going to talk about his presidency. You can look at Kamala Harris as a AG of California.
I'm not doing nothing for just black people.
No. And then you had all these people try to defend what she said. Oh, that's not what she meant. No, that's what she meant, because she said it with her whole damn chest. And that's exactly what she did. When she became VP, did you hear her going in there speaking for foundational Black Americans on any accord? No, you didn't. As a matter of fact, Kamala has the most out of any VP tiebreakers in the Senate, because for those who don't know, the VP is responsible to sit over as the president or the chair of the Senate. So whenever there's a tie in the Senate, the tiebreaker goes to the VP. Kamala has the most tiebreakers in Congress, in the Senate. None of them had nothing to do with foundational Black Americans. So when I say it's the same old playbook, when my brother Cool Keezy is sitting here telling you that you're hearing the same thing on X that you're hearing on TikTok, you're hearing the same thing on Instagram that you're hearing on Facebook, and he's addressing them all the same because they're the same damn talking point. Really, Keezy ain't even got to address every single video. He just got to make one video and put it up to every platform, because it applies to everybody on each platform. This is my point, family. We don't have anybody coming to us with anything new. The only people doing anything new is foundational Black Americans. And what's new that we're doing? We're cutting out the coons, the buffoons. We're cutting out the tethers, something like pleathers, the fake leather. But you never wanted to be seen in pleather. You know, if it rains too long, pleathers start falling apart. You know, I had one coat I thought had leather sleeves at one time. I allowed somebody to convince me that I bought a coat with leather sleeves, and I was in the rain for 5 hours because I was working as a security guard at the time. Man, by the 4.5 hour, this 2-week-old coat, the pleather arms started just falling off, and I'm starting to see the little gray fabric under the pleather arms. That's what a tether is. Foundational Black Americans are the leather, and then you have these who work against our interest, who are let's just be very, very clear with this. I don't want to say all, but like I said, the ones that go against our interests, they're the pleather. And we need to start addressing these people. Hey, you know what? Let's just say, because we'll know exactly what that is. Black Alpha, what do you think about that? Do you think we should add on pleather to the end of the line of tether? Because it's kind of the same thing. I think we can use that interchangeably. What you think, brother?
Brother, I'm always down for new terms and words that expose these people. And that's a damn good one, family. Because, you know, they think they black, but they really crack. You know what I'm talking about? So that's a damn good one. And that's exactly how it is. And I say it's very fitting. And it's so fitting that you say that. And you throwing me them alley-oops, family. Fam, I'm liking these alley-oops. This is what I'm talking about. My brother just put it very, very clear. So did my brother Cool Keezy. And let me say this as well. I got two of the upcoming brothers in the movement right here on the, on the space, man. So y'all send a certified salute to two of my brothers, Cool Keezy, my brother Church. These brothers is coming up in the game, real strong, new voices. Not people who just sit around on Twitter all goddamn day long and make a bunch of tweets and you find out they ain't really who they thought they was and said they was, but they just go on being phonies and frauds, real ones out here. So shout out to my two brothers right here. Checkmate. This is what we mean by these tethers, fam. And they serve a contract when they come here to the United States of America. They contract when they come to America is to crash out for the dominant society.
Let's go. Let's go.
You already know.
You got it.
They know that. And the problem is that contract is null and void now. That contract done been ripped up. See, it was signed to them by the Democratic Party. Something happened last November. The Democrats crashed out. The Tethercrats went down with them. And now you got the conservative Republicans, Donald Trump, who's sending all their asses home because he ain't the supremacist who signed that contract. It was the supremacists on the left side who signed that deal. So now the one who came in on the right, they said, oh, my name ain't on that. That says Joe Biden. That says Kamala Harris. That says Barack Obama. So Donald Trump went ahead and he ripped that damn thing up and he said, we're going to bring in some deportations. And that's crazy because that's the same time we said we're bringing in some delineation. So when you got delineation and deportations at the same exact time, that's a nightmare for these tethers. That's a big nightmare. And who has taken more losses than tethers this summer? Look at it right now. We can start with Dr. Kubar Vasquez. And Dr. Umar right now, the feds is on him, but that's another story. But you want to go to the Essence Festival? Look at that debacle. I just showed everybody last night on my broadcast that MTV and BET, they pulling out of Africa. And the Africans are mad because they need MTV and BET so they can study us. So they can have not Tupac, but Fufu Pac. That's why they want it over there. They don't want, anything that's giving them their own culture. They want everything that's giving them our culture. So they don't got those images anymore. What they're going to do is back to the village. So we have ruined scam Africanism. And let me say this. I use the term ruin opposed to the term end because y'all know Pan-Africanism never existed in the first place. So their thought, their ideology, their belief of it is a wrap. It's ruined. These tethers right here, you can look at tethers right here. These tethers used to be somewhat decent. They would be able to at least babble through a sentence. They can't even get a word out no more, y'all. Tethers are done for. Scam Africanism has been ruined and everybody else is falling in line, whether they like it or not. So we find out that you're really an African and you've been running around here pretending to be a Black American. We gonna see you and expose you. We find out that you really a Haitian. And there's a lot of folks who've been running around here who are really Haitians and they really Jamaicans and they really hating. We gonna find out, expose you and put the receipts on the table. So don't be mad because foundational Black Americans don't put that flag in the ground and it's waving because it was waving before your ass got off that inner tube. That's just the way it is. FBA all day, certified all the time. Let me spin this. to my brother Brett and then to my brother Cool Keezy.
If Cool Keezy want to take it, go first. I think he had his hand up. But you know, if you want to get the floor, I'll take it.
Just real quick. Hey, you know what?
Go ahead, big coach.
Hey, when the church asked me, he asked me if there was any new talking point. I remember now. Look, now, and it's easy as hell to debunk this. These dudes is coming out there. You'll see a lot of these dudes coming out talking about they're making videos going way out of their way to tell you do not have any indigenous lineage. And that is another one that's fairly new, but it's easy, light work to handle that. And they out there, they're using that. You'll see that these people are coming out telling FBAs that they are not native. And that's the one that I've been getting a lot. And that's it.
Hold on, brother. Let me hop in real quick, boy. You done threw me a goddamn alley-oop, boy. We got the all-stars up in this bucket tonight. Straight up. You absolutely right. Let me address that real quick because I've seen that trend as well, and I broke that down a few times. You've been seeing $2 Tonto and Mr. Mutombo, and they've been trying to team up and trying to strip foundational Black Americans away from our indigenous lineage, something they can't do in the first place, fam. You can't argue with facts, and you can't change them neither. All right. $2 Tonto, he been running around here trying to get us not to be the indigenous, the natives, the architects, whatever term that you want to use. Just make sure that it exemplifies being the first. They don't want us to be the originals because they identity theft us a long damn time ago. They don't like that. Mr. Mutombo, he don't want us to be the indigenous because he has to have foundational Black Americans be Africans so he can come on over here and try to steal my reparations money. So you got the African who don't want us to be the natives because he needs to be connected to us. And then you have the $2 Tonto. He don't want us to be the native because he needs to continue his identity theft. We done shut both of them down. Both of them is shut down. And everybody now is starting to see that $2 Tonto, you Siberian, quit playing. Quit playing. And even the Siberians are coming out and saying, hey, man, y'all ain't know that's my cousin. That's my homeboy. $2 Tonto got some cousins that showed up. And them cousins are not from America. These are Siberians. And we broke down every single statement that they said. We showed their path. Now they done flipped off the Bering Straits, for those who don't know. Now they coming up with different paths to come to America. They never did that before. You know how monumental it is, family, that they've been trying to tell us that whole lie about them coming over the Bering Straits, and now they can't say that no more. Why is that? That's because FBA brothers and sisters, and I'm talking about from all different cities and states, is on they ass. Y'all right now go look at some of the paperwork that certified FBA been putting on the table about the indigenous. It's to the point now where anybody who's trying to argue that looks like goddamn fool. It is solidified. We are the originators. I don't give a damn what nobody says. So $2 Tonto and Mr. Mutombo, they can have their little love affair, but they're going to have their little love affair over there because FBA runs this whole damn yard. So as we say, and I've been saying, and I'm going to say it right now, you can take all the years of telling us the lie about the red Indian, the $2 Tonto, the $5 Indian. You can take all those lies and put them together. And what our grandma told us when we was babies won. So shout out to all of our foundational Black American grandmothers because they were correct the whole damn time. Is that we are the originators. We are the Black American Indians and everybody else is just a fraud. We so good, we so luxurious that our grandmothers can whip this even when they spent billions of dollars to tell a lie and those lies don't fly. Certified. Church, I know you want to pop. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. And I'm glad our brother Cool Keezy brought this into the atmosphere because you know how I get when we start talking about the natives. You know, family, the Tether Avengers are assembling. I didn't think that we were going to get an assemble. You have anybody who's seen the Avengers movies, right? You've seen 2, 3, 4 Avengers movies before you even got the term Avengers Assemble. These Tethers, they didn't even get through the first movie before they tried to assemble. That shows you how down bad they are. You got the Tonto, as my brother Alpha calls them. The Tonto is over here saying, hey, Mr. Mutombo, can you help us get these Negroes in line? We see you have a problem with the Negroes too. And the Matumbo is looking at the Tonto and saying, hey, if we help you get them in line, can you help us get them in line and make sure they know that they African so that we can continue to tether off of them? This is what we see going on, family. And my brother mentioned how we have, some of the Siberians coming out, not just the Siberians, though. There's a whole dang broadcast that I'm working on right now talking about the real Native Americans, which is us, the real Aborigines, which is us. But it brings forth a lot of different people who are calling out these 99-cent Tontos. And I'm going to call them 99-cent Tontos because the white Tonto, he paid $5. These folks got it damn near free. All they had to do is say they were us. So I call them the 99-cent Tonto. So the 99-cent Tonto is getting told off by his ancestors over there. And they're saying, hey, you come from us. And they're going back and forth like, no, we don't come from you. We got our own culture, traditions. And then they put their culture side by side to the way, all the way down to the way that these people dress. They dress just like Siberian over there in China. So we're having people fight the fight for us. That's how much information and real strict truth we've been standing on. We bring this to the forefront. And just like everything else, when we start bringing things to the forefront, what happens? Everybody else follows suit. All of a sudden, we said that we were the natives. All of a sudden, you have archaeologists coming out now, not just saying that we're the natives, but going to different locations and where we were native at and saying, hey, if it wasn't for this native tribe here, then the whole situation with the British, that would have been lost. We have people coming out now saying that these people who are not then Indigenous Americans are people who came over here from the Bering Straits years after the Indigenous Americans was here. It took us to say that for people to come out and say that. It took people, and like my brother Black Alpha, who brilliantly showed the footprints in New Mexico that was fossilized over 21 to 25,000 years prior to the Tonto being here, and asking the question, if the Tonto couldn't cross the Bering Straits, then how the hell did the footprints get here? For people to now start acknowledging that those footprints came from the Aboriginal Americans. People aren't saying what the color of the Aboriginal Americans are, but guess what? When they say Aboriginal Americans, people know because there's only one Aborigine around the world and they're all melanated, no matter where you go. So you can bet your ball and dollars that whenever they say Aboriginal, Nabiscos get scared. Nabiscos, they start shivering in their boots because they're no longer talking about a native. Native only means what they want it to mean. There is a difference between a native and an Aboriginal. You can come somewhere and live there for a certain amount of time, and over time you could become native to that land. But an Aboriginal family, there is nothing outside that Aborigine, no matter where you go. And here's another tidbit that I wanted to just touch on real quick when it comes to these people who are running around here claiming to be Tonto. Let me explain to you, family. Alaska in itself used to be owned and controlled by Russia, for those who don't know. It was controlled by Russia up until the late 1800s when they sold it to the United States. And then what happened? The United States sat on that land until 1959. And then they made it an official state. So when you look at any type of form, whether it's a job form, a government form, whatever form, and it asks you your race or ethnicity, always notice that they separate foundational Black Americans or Black Americans. They say Black or African American. But when you speak about natives, it says Native American or Alaskan Native or Pacific Islander. All these folks are the same folks, whether you like it or not. In the very same way that the Europeans, his tied to this land is the Tonto. His tied to this land is the Siberian that came over from Alaska and then sold Alaska over to the Americas in order to have some sort of land blood tie. This is something that a lot of people don't know, family. This is something that a lot of people do not look at when we're talking about the distinct bloodline verification of a native or aborigine. We have so many different artifacts, family, whether in the Smithsonian, whether in the hell, don't just look at the Smithsonian. You can look at a lot of these indigenous or Native American museums where they have a lot of artifacts with Indians who are darker hue. And when you ask them about them darker hue Indians, they say things like, oh, it's only dark because the artifact has over time rusted and all this other stuff. And no matter how much we clean them, we can't get the soot off of those things. This is what they do, family. This is who they are. So when it comes to this situation, I fully expected the Matumbo to call in the Tonto and the Tonto to call in Matumbo, because when it comes down to the Tether Avengers, you don't have to wait till Thanos snaps his finger or even assemble all of the goddamn stones. At this point in time, we're Thanos. We're snapping our fingers all over the place and making people appear and dissipate. We're snapping our fingers all over the place and making parties realize, oh, we're crashing out because of these people who not just begged. We didn't beg. We demanded. These people who are demanding, we got to find a way to shut them down. So let's get these Tether Avengers together, especially these quote unquote influencers who have more than 50K viewers, who have, 50K followers, 100K followers. Send out those people so that their minions can now come in and do the dirty work. It's the exact same thing as the communist initiative that I was just speaking about earlier in the video that I posted earlier. When you call out people for being fascist, they anticipate the different groups who fight fascism to come together and fight that person for them so that they don't even have to touch that person. This is what's happening with these people. Alpha, I don't know if you want to chop on that, but if not, we'll pass it along.
Let's pass it to Brad. Go ahead, fam.
I'm back for my third and final round. I feel like I always wanted to be a battle rapper. This is my third and final round. Hopefully I went 3-0. And salute my man say it's Shaq and Kobe. I would call this the Harlem Gold Trotters because my boys is throwing it off the backboard. Ain't nobody dunked this yet. You just come through the layup line. They're just throwing it off the backboard, big coach. But this is what I'll say, right? I come from an athletic background. So when we roll tape from the beginning, from the first snap. So when we talk about the Native Indians, we are talking about caramel Europeans. That's a fact. Number two, it is citizenship over indigenous when you're talking about America. And I'm going to try to make it plain and simple. We got here, this baby, this infant that we call America was not even born. Listen to what I'm saying. We got here. America was not even a concept. When you study America, it is a group of criminals that ran off on the plug and created their own shit. This country was founded off criminalism. It was too many hands in the pockets. They didn't want to pay the plug. And like a lot in the hood, you ran off on the plug. You ran off on the bricks. You ran off on such and such. You ran off on them. And you established your own shit. Then we get this baby, this infant. She probably a toddler right now. Now you get this toddler that we call America. So don't let people hit you with all that indigenous, yada, yada, this and that. That's what makes us as FBA so different, because we were here before the baby was even born.
Whoa,
So
whoa,
with
whoa,
citizenship,
whoa. Ooh, wait a second, family.
that's fire. Am I lying?
I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you
Am
finish.
I lying?
Yeah, I gotta tell you real quick. I'm gonna let you finish, but I'm gonna take it a step deeper than that. You said that we've been here.
Well, I would say because there's two chapters. When we talk about the Native Americans and who was here first and this and that, the Native Americans lost. I don't give a fuck if he was these vagrancies that got sent here to colonize as a prison sentence. So listen, pay attention to what I'm saying. The first people that were sent here to colonize the Americas were criminals. They were the unwanted. They called them vagrancies. They were the homeless. So they sent them.
Real
Go ahead,
quick,
go
my
ahead.
brother.
Let's
Because
chop it up. Let's chop it up.
you eating. I just gotta throw a caveat in there because you're telling the truth. Don't get me wrong. There's parts that are true, but I need to make sure that we have a total understanding of what's going on here, because you said something that I got to make sure everybody else understands the actual the factual situation on it, right? My brother said we've been here since the 14 and 1500s. Now, science and studies are now showing that we've been here a lot longer than that. The studies are showing right now that life may have began in Africa.
Yes, sir.
However, humans have evolved all over the world, wherever the climate was correct and right. So,
yes, sir.
Some people can say, yeah, life started in Africa. Others will say, well, even if it starts in Africa, the evolution that brought us to the modern day human being didn't start in Africa at all. It was actually evolving throughout the whole world, wherever the climate was correct. And Africa isn't the only place that had the climate that it had. Guess where the other place was? Right here. So I just wanted to say that, family. I'm gonna pass it back.
No. Because you
wanted to make sure people knew that.
You bring in the Tony Sashery, and see, because I'm not as eloquent as you brothers. I'm just a down south brother from Houston, Texas. But I got common goddamn sense, and I've been here long enough. You brought what I call the seasoning, because if you look at the Indians that they show, that's why I brought the term. I said these ain't nothing but caramel Europeans. Pay attention to what I'm saying. When you look at the so-called Indian, Big Bear Eagle Europeans, which shows you, right? What really happened as far as birthing this toddler that we now have, what we call America. They only want to pick up at a certain time. So you absolutely right. And so my strategic attack is to, you set the rules for the game, you cheating, I'm still gonna win. Because even when we pick up in America, so when we talk about America, that's two different chapters. We're talking about indigenous history, and now we're talking about legal history. America is a young bitch. She only a couple of 100 years old. This is a fact. You ran off on the plug. And what I'm saying is, right, the FBA, Foundational Black Americans, whether you was here before or you got brought legally, we were here before America was conceived. So once you ran off on the plug and you conceived America and we built this bitch, right? That's why you can't get deported right now. That's why it's citizenship over anything else you talking about. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. You took a casino. You gaffed away on alcohol. You had your treaty, you had your reparations, but you just fucked it off. Now we in a whole different chapter.
And now they trying to bring us back into the fold in order to bring more reparations into their tribe.
Thank you. It's a whole different. We're talking about a legal. You lost. Sadly, you lost. So now we're talking about America. And when we're talking about America, FBA was here before she was born. And really, we were the sperm that conceived, although I love her. This is a fact. I need to get that out the way. So that's why I say it's citizenship over nativeship. FBA all day. Next, this is my third round. Give me a little time. This is my third round. This is my last round. I gotta go hard. I want to speak about the tethers and assimilation because a lot of people don't understand how this works. I worked at the airport from 2003 to like 2006, right? Bush Intercontinental. The main word intercontinental, meaning international, right? People don't understand that once you come into the country, you can't even step out the doors until you watch a 30-minute, it's like a 30-minute to 45-minute video. And I used to watch the doors, right? And I used to set this room up, the desk and everything. Like, one time I sat and I watched a video with them and it fucked my head up, bro. You got Africans in there, you got Pakistanians, you got Jamaicans, Haitians, wherever from around the country. If you are an immigrant, you have to watch this video before you walk out them double doors because once you walk out them double doors, your visa is gold. You on American land. They won't even let you out before watching this video, and it's an educational video that shows you what you need to look out for and how you should maneuver in your first few days or just being in America. And when I say it's the biggest, the most propaganda I ever seen, they got, it was like 2003. I thought I was looking at colors, my nigga. I thought I was looking at a video from 1980. You got niggas drinking 40s. You got niggas with red bandanas on their head. Niggas with blue bandanas on their head. People robbing people for taxi cabs. All kind of goofy, the same propaganda that we see now. They show this to immigrants before they even step foot in the country. This is a fact. I challenge anybody to come up here and tell me I'm lying. I've seen it with my own eyes. It's a 45-minute propaganda video to put you in line. Next point is, even before you get your citizenship or you get a chance to come to America, pay attention. Go back and watch, it was a couple of old shows. I forget the dude's name. Some of them was fire. But it used to be a show where it was like a class of immigrants. So he's teaching them how to be American, and they got to pass a test before they get their true citizenship. You have to understand that this is called assimilation. Because if you don't answer these questions properly, if you don't say not only the pledge of allegiance, they're gonna ask you. I think it's probably high power, but it's a high power test now. If you start getting on that test, talk about I'm independent, I believe in this, I believe in that, your ass will never come to America. Assimilation is real. So before they even get on the fucking plane, before they even get tapped on the shoulder and their jersey get called to come over here, there is a whole assimilation process that lets them know. It's basically CIA recruitment. It's basically agent or provocateur recruitment because they're gearing immigrants to come over and do exactly what they're doing now. That's why they tell you, I'm not black. I don't know what y'all talking about. You all are lazy. You all are this. You all are that. They passed the test. That's why they're here. And they acknowledge, they know, just like we know, you fled, and this is a red flag. You fled from Western imperialists to come all the way over here. Can you imagine that? You left your own home country. Written, you fled. That's a fact. But again, a lot of us sell out, right? A lot of us got to do what we got to do to better our family. I'm not knocking nobody for that because everybody don't bite the cheese. A lot of this is covert. Yo, I'm going to do what I got to do. And once I get over here, I'm going to do my thing. But 80 to 90%, that shit works. And these people are assimilated to do what they do. I got one more point and I'll be done. Well, two more points and I'll be done. When we talk about Pan-Africanism, we tried that in the 60s. We tried that in the 70s. It died with Martin Luther King and it died with Malcolm X. Both of these brothers traveled across the globe, especially Malcolm X. He went to the World Court. He went to the United Nations and said, yo, look how many melanated people is in this circle, and look how many non-melanated, pig melanated people that's in this circle. They doing the same shit that they doing to you. They doing it to us in their own country, but yet they lecture you. Let's bring a case. Let's bring a world case of crimes against humanity. Let's charge America, right, for the crimes they have committed. They got Martin Luther King out of here. They got Malcolm out of here. Not one Pan-African or African, Jamaican, Haitian, not one of these motherfuckers melanated. Yo, Malcolm X even went and talked to the Filipinos. That's why the epic was on his ass. They swore up and down because they had the Asiatic black man talking about they a Black Panther way in the jungles of the goddamn Filipinos. That's how far we was reaching out. Once they got Malcolm and Martin out of here, none of those leaders stepped up to the World Court Circle and say, yo, that's fuck, we don't stand with that. Nobody put their arms around us. We figured it out on our own. So that Pan-African, that's right in the 60s, 70s, in the early 80s. That's a fact. Black people are winning. And I'm going to give y'all a statistic real quick. I looked at some statistics, right? In the 1980s, in 1980, only 50% of the black community was able to attain a high school degree. I'm going to say that again. In 1980, only 50% of the black community was able to obtain a high school diploma, a high school completed education. In 2024, and y'all can look this up on your own, over 81% of the black community is obtaining their high school diploma. They're graduating high school. The numbers don't lie. I come from an athletic background. The film don't lie and the numbers don't lie. Number two, when you get to college, it gets even worse. In 1980, only 22%, that's only 2 out of 10 black people was able to attend college out of the black community. This is a fact. Y'all all remember the commercial where they said, yo, the little kid, he stacked up all his pennies, he stacked up all his nickels and dimes and all that shit, and he gave it to his other older brother because he said, you the first one out of our family to go to college. That's a fact. 2 out of 10, 22%, 1980. If you fast forward to 2024, you have over 64% of the black community is able and are attending college. I haven't done the rest of the research on who's finishing, but those numbers right there are staggering. And they would lead you to believe, as an FBA, as a foundational black American, that you are losing, you're lazy, you're complaining, you're left behind. When, if we're talking from an athletic standpoint, if you're the majority, you set all the rules of the game, and you cheating, and it's halftime, and it's damn near tied. That's why they treat you like a threat. We are the highest threat in America. We are fucking winning. But we get so hit with the oopty wop, and we believe anything that somebody outside of our community tells us about ourselves. We are winning and we are competing at a high level, bro. So if the percentage rise and the numbers rise, how far we come. If you are in this space, if you are just passing through, you are in scientific terms, we will call you supernatural. It's called the rules of attraction and survival of the fittest. So if you are still here and you come from a lineage of where our lineage track back to, you can't help but to call yourself a superhero because you're here, you're competing, you're progressing, and you're doing your thing at a high level. And I just wish that our people would get that through our head. We should be having way more positive conversations about ourselves
And that's
than
and that's
negative
that's where
conversations. That's all I wanted to say.
that's where I want to step in.
Wait, hold on, real quick, because we got to flow and we're gonna get to you.
Are we
Trust me.
still
Just hold on.
superstitious?
Just give me a second,
We
family.
are human. I ain't gonna say super.
No,
we are
I'm saying,
goddamn
are
superhuman.
Okay, like I said, give me a second, and if you don't know how to hold your horses, then we'll just move right past you. Okay. My brother touched on a couple of things that I definitely want to speak on, family. And honestly, you said some things that I've been telling people for a long time, Brad. To be honest with you, you know how people have been told that when you come into this country, when you step into this country, oh, everybody got to take a test. Now, they've been telling us it is a test about Americanism.
No, sir.
I truly believe, just like my brother just brought up, that it is not a test about Americanism. It is a test about Tetherism. I don't think that they go in that room needing to know the history of America, because when they come out of that room, they don't know the history of America.
Let's go.
We've said here, most of us, we can all talk about our own situations that we didn't have with a tether, to where they clearly did not know the history of America. And you might think that, oh, well, maybe they came during the time of, Biden or something like that, so they didn't have to learn the history. They just crossed the border. No, family, you have people that's been here for decades who still don't know the history of America, which leads me to believe that, like my brother Brad just said, this isn't a test that they administer for people to know the history of America. This is a test for people who need to learn not to integrate into certain parts of America. And
it's
what's
an
those
assimilation
certain
test,
parts?
brother. It's about assimilation.
Exactly. Those certain parts that we're speaking on is the only parts that really matter, which is the foundational Black American parts. Those are the parts that J. Edgar Hoover was so afraid of when he said the biggest issue in America is Black unity. He wasn't talking about the Tethers overseas. The Tethers wasn't here. So he was only speaking about us. So that makes me 100% certain that what my brother said there, that I truly, truly believe, because I've been saying it for almost 5 to 6 years now, that it can't be a situation of them coming over here and then learning about the history of America, the founding fathers, and then pledging an allegiance. No, their pledge of allegiance is them learning not to get involved with the FBA, not to get involved with the foundational Black American roots, not to get involved with the Black grassroots overall. And if you pass that test, if you can tell us how these mean old Negroes are bad, because they always go back to the same talking points. The boys in the hood talking points, the colors talking points, the gang-bangers, and the old school pimps.
And it's not just Africans, it's the whole immigrant diaspora. So if they all got the same talking points, then what's on the contest?
That means that they have a test that is literally put together in order to weed out people that should be staying here. And then if you pass that test, then you can pledge allegiance to these United States of America. Then you can pledge allegiance to the Nabisco, for which it stands, one Nabisco, under God, individually, separating foundationals for life. That's what I believe, and that's what I've been believed. But you also brought up the law of attraction, family, and I need people to understand this before we're going to go to the hands and one last time. Family, there is no such thing as the law of attraction. What has been fed to you as the law of attraction is the law of vibration and the law of mentalism. put together. There's only 13 laws of the universe. The law of vibration and the law of mentalism put together, because everybody will tell you can't manifest something unless you're vibrating on that frequency in order to manifest it. I bring this up to say this, family, we've been manifesting everything that we've been saying, because it is not just something that we're mentally putting in our head and thinking it's going to come true after that. No, we're vibrating on that same frequency, family. Yes, we're putting it in our heads that we are not messing with any tethers. Yes, we're putting it in our heads that, God dang it, when it comes to this politics, this is not a joke. This is not a game. This is not an emotional connection to anybody. This is a business. This is me making sure that my people will be leaving here with something. Everybody heard Denzel Washington say it, and only a way a foundational Black American say it.
I'm leaving
He
with
said,
something.
what? He said, I'm from the hood. I'm leaving with something. That's what we're doing. And that's what we've been doing. We've been putting the mental with the vibrational, and some people may call the vibrational the ancestral. You see what I'm saying? We've been getting on cold with bringing up our ancestors and making sure they're being glorified, other than all these other people's so quote unquote ancestors that they say we're connected to. We've been making sure that foundational Black Americans pay homage to the people that left before us here. So what we're doing is we're putting ourselves in a high vibrational area where we're also calling in those ancestors. Our brother Alpha has said this several times. They haven't been able to help us because we haven't been calling them. We haven't been bringing them into the fold with us.
They here.
That
It's
has
called
been the
reincarnation.
situation. That too. Reincarnation, that is a situation. However, I'm saying it beyond that. Whenever you're thinking about doing something, whenever you thinking something is wrong and you get on cold with the vibration of that thinking, that's where you get the law of attraction, what they call the law of attraction, which is actually just manifesting using mental and vibrational.
Bro,
Those things are the two things that are necessary.
I was on this space, and that's what I was telling y'all. It's funny. It's crazy that you said that, and I'm gonna tap out. My spirits was down today, bro, because I was, I like the space jump. I debate with them all. I chop it up with them all. That's how I learn. I'm really a seeker, but I was starting to notice that I'm like, yo, this is just some. There's a lot of coining going on out here, and I'm like, is this what the X space is all about? And lo and behold, I popped up, on here and got my, I would say I'm 3-0 today, but I just want to say salute to you, brothers, because you spot on, you know what I'm saying, with what you said, man. And I just want y'all to keep carrying the torch, keep your foot on their necks, you know what I'm saying. Don't let it off, and y'all keep sharing the space and doing what y'all do, man. I am tapped in and tuned in, man. I'm tapped in and tuned in, and I appreciate the opportunity to come up here and get shit off. I appreciate that, bro.
Salute to you, my brother. Hey, much love to Brad, man, the comedian. Much love to you, family. G, go ahead, family. It's on you, and then we're going to get to our brother Keezy, and then we'll go back to me and my brother Alpha. And we're gonna close this
real
out.
quick, man, because I got to get ready for work real quick. And then,
Okay, go ahead, Keezy.
hey, yo, slam dunk for Brad, man, for real. That was the slam dunk because he just connected the dots, family. That tether test. He said he worked at the airport, and it's an international airport. Now, just think about how many cities have international airports. I live in Denver. I worked at the airport. Denver is DIA, Denver International Airport. And it's like 1,000 million tethers that work there. And to get the badge to even work there at the airport, at one of these airports, you have to watch a little video. And I never was privileged to know what kind of video these people with that I didn't know they were taking that tether test and that tether video. Now I would love to get that video. We need to get somebody to get that video. That's the slam dunk, man. That's what everybody that's here, they passed the tether test. All these immigrants, they passed the tether test, And that's why they acting and talking like that. And we done figured them out. And we are Tether-geddon season. And they getting cooked and roasted, put on the Summer Jam screen. And now that is in the lexicon. We got this. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? Slam dunk. Breadman for the slam dunk. That was like Dominique Wilkins. Are you serious? Y'all crazy, man. I got to get ready for work, man. Shout out to the family. That tether test, that's crazy.
Salute to our brother Cool Keezy. And like I said, if y'all don't know who Cool Keezy is, y'all better go check into our brother, because our brother is out there putting in that work on TikTok and X and other spaces as well. Like I said, much love to our brother, because like I've heard all the nonsense that these tethers love to just regurgitate over and over and over and over again. And our brother, and prayers up for our brother keeping a sound mind, because it is numbing. It is numbing. G, it's on you. Go ahead.
Hey, yo, I really want to know why we even giving them even much time. Like, we already know they tethers, but like, we've been here so long. We've been here. We here. Like, this is us. We build everything. We've been here. And it's like we keep coming back. That's why I feel like reincarnation is real. If you ever experienced that, I feel like I've been at this bitch 2-3 times. So all I can say is stop giving them your energy.
Brother, what's your point?
My point is stop giving them your energy.
Don't worry about what we give our energy. Hold on. Why are you worrying about what we give our energy to?
Oh, no, you can give your energy to anybody.
If I can give my energy to anybody, then why are you telling me not to?
Well, if this is what you want to focus on.
If I can give my energy to anything, then why do you care? Why are you contradicting yourself? Don't give them your energy. No, I mean, you can give it to anybody. Don't take my money. I mean, no, you can have the money. Which one is it, brother? Because you're confusing me. All right, you're confusing me. I need you to really, really connect the dots here, because that sounds like you're trying to stop us from checking people. And the world tries
to... no, I said stop giving them your energy. Like,
well, it doesn't take a lot of energy to check, brother. It don't take a lot of energy to check people. Okay, listen. One thing about us, we multitask. Okay, we can G-check some tethers and still get paid. It's nothing to us. We don't have to pull over the car to go.
This is what we do. This is what black people do.
This is what Black Alpha does. Number one activist. What I do is I check tethers. So does my brother Cool Keezy. So does my brother Church. So does the whole family in here. My sister Angelic. I see you, beloved. We check these people and we don't have to stop. It doesn't cost us nothing. Pay me no mind. All right. You're coming at me from this aspect that it's this elongated thing and we're losing focus on the tethers. And if we just didn't focus on them, we would achieve what we want. We doing damn good achieving what we're achieving, and checking tethers is one of them. But trust and believe, we can walk and chew bubble gum at the same damn time. So I don't know if you're trying to say that we lack the skill set or we don't have the talent to be able to do both. I need you to elaborate, brother. I need you to really genuinely focus, and I want you to elaborate. Are you somebody who can't do both at the same time? Because if that's how you are, I want you to wear that jacket, but we don't wear an extra medium. All right, we wear an extra large. So are you somebody who can't do both at the same time? Because I really want to know that answer, bro.
No, I'm a black man like you, man. You already know.
I understand that. Okay, then what's the problem? What the problem is? What the problem is then? Then what was the whole statement about telling us to quit focusing?
I'm talking to the people that's new listeners, the people that don't know better.
Brother, I talk to everybody because I'm the number one activist, okay? I just talked to about 50,000 people.
I'm not. If it don't, if it don't apply, let it fly.
No, I need you to let me know because I'm having a hard time knowing what you're saying, brother. You're talking in rectangles, family. Talk directly, okay? It's could, would, should, might.
I keep getting muted.
Okay, it's a double mute, brother. Relax. It's going to unmute yourself. Okay, what my man Cat Williams said, this stage is a circle. I'll be right back around to you. It's going to mute and unmute, okay? All right, now go ahead and unmute yourself, and I want you to connect the dots. Since you say you speaking to the people, what do you mean by speaking to the people? Are you trying to motivate us? Because we're highly motivated. Are you trying to get us to stay focused? Because we're highly focused. I want you to explain to the family right now what the purpose is of you telling us to not give people our energy, because it comes across like you're telling us to do that because we're losing focus on the main prize. And I'm here to tell you we're not. So go ahead.
First of all, I know what the main prize is,
What's the
and
main prize,
we are
brother?
not losing focus on the main
What's
prize.
the
The
main
main
prize?
prize is reparations
Okay, then. Do you think that us
and our
checking
land.
tethers and us checking outsiders is some type of hindrance to us getting reparations? Because I'm here to tell you the tethers won our reparations. So if you understand that the tethers won our reparations as well as these ops, then you would connect those two opposed to separating them now, wouldn't you?
Um,
What do you mean?
yeah. What do you mean? Like separate them? What? So we just gonna just be here?
We're going to be here and we're going to execute the way we've been. What do you mean we're just going to be here? What do you think we're doing? What do you think is going on right now? What is your assessment of this era? Because I'm here to tell you this era is doing fine the way we're moving. You're making it sound like we need to adjust some things. No, no, no. I tell everybody, we're not veering lanes. Are you one of them? We need to veer lanes because the lane we're in is working pretty good. I don't know if you know, but all you got to do is look around, and these people are afraid of us because we've been putting in work. We making careers go down the drain. We ruining political parties. We sending tethers back to their homeland. So why would I veer from this lane? This lane is working very good for us. So no, we're not just being here. We're succeeding here. So I need you to really, really tell me, what's the purpose of you trying to tell us not to focus on other people? Because let me tell you, the minute Black Americans don't focus on other people, those other people are going to walk away with the reparations that you just said is the main prize.
They already did.
What you mean they did? Who?
They did already. They've been doing it for the last 5 years straight.
Who got reparations in the last 5 years, brother?
Every illegal that walked in this fucking country.
Every illegal did not get reparations. Every illegal was getting tangibles and benefits based on found Americans, and those illegals are being deported right now. So how'd that work out for them? Did it work good? Because last time I just checked, ICE is home and sending them home. So it's not going too good for illegals right now. And guess why it's not going so good for illegals right now? Because of us. So we shut that down. So if you want to call those reparations, which I don't call it, I call that people coming over here and milking and leeching off of America. And then I also call it foundational Black Americans shut that all the way down. I just got off the phone.
I call
Tom Coleman said he's rounding them up.
Corruption, because I think like all them, NGOs, all that. I think they played a major part in all that.
Okay, so are you saying that hindered us? Did you say we took a loss? Are you saying that because of the illegals we took a loss? What loss did we get from illegals?
No, I'm saying they giving money to everybody but us.
Okay, and what we're doing is we taking all of that back and we shutting all that down by exposing them. According to you, you said we shouldn't give them our energy. I want everybody to notice how this brother just said we need to quit.
Yes, I'm telling you.
No, I'm telling you right now. I want everybody to notice he said we need to not give them our energy, and then he said that they're taking all the money away. So according to him and his logic, we shouldn't focus on them taking the money away. According to his logic, we should allow them just to continue getting all that free money and not give our energy. You know what not give your energy to these people means? It means not to focus on them taking the money that he just said, taking the tangibles that he just said, taking the resources that he just said. So it sounds like you want us to not focus on the same people that you just told me are taking our money away. That's called turning a blind eye, turning another cheek. And that ain't what we do in this generation. Are you an African American or are you a foundational Black American? Because the foundationals don't go for that. Your logic is flawed. And I just poked about 15 holes in it in about 15 seconds, brother. So no. That's not what we're doing. We're not going to sit here and say, oh, they getting reparations. Don't focus on them. They getting our money. Don't give them your energy. Logic would suggest
I'm
that
definitely foundational Black America. I'm definitely indigenous.
Okay, well, foundational Black Americans are indigenous. It's all the same thing. Ain't nothing changed but the numbers on the range. Okay, so here we go. The same people that you claim are taking money from us, shouldn't that be the people that we focus on and give them some energy? They just had a whole African Union where they're over there trying to classify us without our permission and without our verification. Should we not give them our energy and just let them take it? You're contradicting yourself, brother. You're saying on one hand that these people are using theft and they're stealing from us, but then you're telling us that we shouldn't focus on them or give them any energy. That's not going to solve any problems. So I need you to not only connect the dots, but I need you to clean up that mess you just made. There's a mop and there's a dustpan and there's a broom. You're unmuted. Go ahead.
I'm about to say, you had me muted like 30 times. Damn.
It doesn't
Well,
mute sometimes, brother, but don't worry about that. I think your biggest problem,
no problem.
the biggest problem you have is that BS statement you made. So that's what I need you to focus on. Don't focus about the mute. Focus on what you.
I'm gonna be
Hold on,
real quick,
1 second, sir.
Alpha.
I wanted to give the brother an opportunity to respond because when I poke holes in people's statements, I don't want them to go into another tirade. Focus on this one right here. Go ahead.
So when I say one thing, you just keep muting me. But
I just told you the mute button. I just broke it down. And I also told you the mute button is not your problem. Your BS answers your problem. Get your priorities straight. So go ahead.
no problem, bro. No problem. You got it, yo.
I know I do. Go ahead.
You got it. No, you got it.
I know I do. Thank you. Appreciate that. Go ahead. Now tell me why you said that we shouldn't focus on people that you just said are taking our money.
I'm telling the people there's listening, there's not fully in, that fully know that they are indigenous Black Americans. I'm telling them to don't let these Africans or Jamaicans or, these foreigners rile you up.
Why do
you
the
algorithm?
Why do you assume that we're riled up when we check?
Bro, I'm not talking about you.
I'm
literally not talking about you.
I can speak for my people though, because I'm the #1 activist. I understand. Listen, I'm the people person. I'm the man of the people. I'm the voice of the concrete in America. Trust me, I speak for a lot of people. They know Black Alpha. I'm a big deal. So
you're right. Listen.
You about to get muted. Okay, listen.
I'll mute myself.
Okay, good. Then you did me a favor. I appreciate that. This is what I'm talking about. Read the room. There's some certifieds up in here right now, and we understand who we are, and we're not flustered. You see, it sounds like you see the worst in people, okay? We know that we're the best. We don't allow $2 Tonto to knock us off our square. Ain't nobody got us sweating. Nobody got us shook. We're not afraid. We're not petrified. We're very, very good and very, very smooth and very, very solid with what we're doing. We know that we're the indigenous. We know that we're the natives, and they know that. So why would I be upset by somebody who knows? Newsflash, breaking news. $2 Tonto, despite what he may say on $2 Tonto TikTok, he knows that we're the originals. So if anybody needs to take your lesson, it's them. They're the ones who need to be really afraid and shook and scared. We fine over here. The notion that Black Americans need to calm down and not get riled up, using your words, that is a false equivalency because we're not riled up at all. We check these people, we get back to work. We check these people, we get to the bag. They're the ones who are so afraid because they're the ones who are the thieves. Remember, everybody, the thief is the one who can't sleep at night. Foundational Black Americans, we sleep extra good. So when I tell you that we're not riled up by these fake people, then I mean that. And when I mean that, I mean all my brothers and sisters know it.
No disrespect to the whole squad, whole FBA. Man, no disrespect to that. I was just saying, nah.
What do you mean, no? Like, what? No, it's not the same. What is no?
I guess. I mean, I snapping in my own way.
Okay, do it in the regular way, brother.
Any corner you turn,
at the Winn-Dixie's. Okay, like I don't know where you're going. Like
No, I said every corner, everywhere you look, it's us. We win every time.
Then what are you talking about? What we needs to do and not give them our energy? I'm wondering why you saying that right now, sounding like you're talking like me now. Sounds like you're pivoting because a minute ago you was low key kind of like, well, it's not fair. We winning. Okay, we winning and it's not fair and we winning that good and that much. Then why are you talking about we need to calm down? Y'all tell me anytime you've ever seen a winner that's riled up. You're telling us that we winning, but then on the other hand, you're telling us that we need to just kind of chill out and focus and not worry about nothing and all them other people getting our reparations. Family, you done gave me like 33 different examples and none of them have passed the test. I don't know what you're saying. You sound confident but defeated. You sound up but down. You're going left and right. You don't sound too focused. I'm lost, man. You dropped me over here by the Dollar General, across the street from the pit stop, up the block from Miss Jackson's house, and I'm just trying to get back to the crib. All right. So do you feel that things are going good for us, or do you feel that we're rattled? Because I want to question the way you view us, because it sounds like you view us from behind and we're not really there. But now you're trying to say that we're really up right now. Which one is it? That's what I need to know. And then I can get my clarity and I can let my brother Church go. But I don't want no energy in here of we needs to not focus on other people, because not focusing on other people, that's going to let those people break in your house. Family, don't ever let nobody come into your house, walk into your living room, kick the goddamn dog, and walk into your refrigerator and say, we don't need to give them our energy. No, they need to get all the energy. And matter of fact, we ain't saying all the energy. They got to get all the smoke.
They can definitely get the smoke, but not worth it.
So you said they can get the energy, but not the smoke.
I said they can get all the smoke, but they can't get all my energy.
Lord,
That's my
please
question.
let me come up.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sit back and pop this popcorn, and I'm going to allow my sister Natural to go in. Church, I know you're going to rock too, but go ahead, my sister Natural. It's all on you, beloved.
Now, I had left and came back, so I don't know how much you have broken this individual down. I went and I looked at their profile. So you've been around since 2013, and you don't follow anyone in this space, and you talking that scared shit. Have y'all broke this person down, even know that? Because, you know, I am the Tether detector. Because we don't talk like that. We don't talk that scary shit. We don't talk that, we beating them, so it's not fair to keep going in on them. So that's how I know you can't be us, because if you were us and you were around and knew what was going on, you know exactly why we're going in on that. So for you to say, oh, it's not fair and it's a waste of time, no, it's not. It's not a waste of time to check people that's disrespecting you. Check people that's coming over here stealing your resources. We're going to keep doing it. And we're going to still be 10 toes down on the main damn ingredient, which is reparations. So who are you and who sent you? Because we don't talk like that. You're not following nobody in this room. You've been around since 2013. Your page been around since 2013, and you're not following anyone in this room. And you talking crazy as hell. We don't talk like that. Who are you and who sent you? We don't talk like that. We don't.
Natural, are you saying that he's an indigenous Tether?
Yes, he is. Yes.
Indigenous to his village?
Yes. Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Mute me.
Ain't nobody muting you. Take your pants off of the damn double mute. Who sent you? Because you're not us. You're not us, because we don't talk like that. We don't even the Democratic shields that are foundational Black Americans that talk scared. They still don't talk like you. And like I said, you've been around since 2013 on X, and you're not following not one person in here. And you in here telling us what's not worth our time. Who the hell are you? Who are you?
I'm me.
Yeah, but you ain't no foundational Black American. You up in here cosplaying, trying to act like, oh, because we got everything and reparations. No, we already know who y'all are. We don't talk like you. We don't talk like you. We not scary like that. And hell yeah, we going to continue to check you Tethers, because I'm putting you under them. I'm putting you under them. I'm putting you under a tether because we don't know you and you're talking scary, and we don't talk scary. You don't tell us what's a waste of our time to check these people. Do you see their disrespect daily? You know why you probably don't? Because they're probably of your lineage. That's why you ain't here trying to talk to us. Yes. Yes, that's what it is. I don't know if you broke this person down, Alpha. I just had to come in here. He's not us. That's why he's.
Whoa. Yeah, he got all the way broke down, and you done broke him all the way down extra on top of that. Brother, you a Tether. Okay, you are a Tether. And I heard the little thing about, is this a gang? And one of my sisters in the chat also pointed out that you said a squad. We ain't a squad or a gang, but you a Tether from a village. Okay. It's clear that you were Tether. You are a Tether until further notice, and even when we get the further notice, then you just a bigger Tether. You's a fleer, a hopper, a skipper, a jumper, and you are nowhere near indigenous. You're nowhere near an architect. You're nowhere near a native, and you damn sure ain't foundational. And I don't know if you think, but let me tell you, we know people like you when you come around. I want everybody to notice how I just threw up that alley-oop in the air, and my sister Natural came in and slam dunked on this guy. All right, the Tether detector is beeping. All right. And it only started beeping when you came in the room. And this is why everybody had to go get the Febreze when you came in the room. You know, it's a Febreze when the fleas show up. So yeah, you would tether, and I had to make clear that all that talk about we need to do better. You know why this individual wanted us to not give our attention to those people? Because those people are his people. You don't want us focusing in on your family. You don't want us focusing in on your brethren, your tether brethren. That's really what it is. Everybody notice that when I put Tethers, Democrats, and Black Lives Matter in DC protests, the Tethers came into this space. You see what I'm saying? It's like Sinners, fam. You pull out that banjo and get to playing. Next thing you know, they start knocking on your front door. That's exactly what it is. You can see clearly by the defeated energy. You can tell by the bad examples, the broke down analogies, and just a complete faltering of any type of point that he thought he was trying to convey, that that's coming from somebody who is non-foundational Black American. And then also the victim card. You being mean to me now. Y'all a gang now. You got a Black American woman, shout out to my sister Natural, checking this grown man, and he starts saying, it's a gang. Y'all's a gang. I told you about these tether men. Tether men cannot stand Black American women because Black American women are stronger than tether men would ever be. So when my sister's checking this guy, he goes into victim mode. That's pretty sad. All right. That's pretty sad and down bad. But I guarantee you that you came over here to get a date with Chad. My brother Church, take him to church.
Man, when it comes to our sister Natural, I knew what she was going to say. And I was fearful that she was going to say what she said. Let me tell you why. Because I was going to say the exact same thing, and I wanted to say it with as much as my chest as possible. So salute to my sister for having the same damn mind. She had already had it in her inner being, and I saw her in the chat. I was like, I got to bring her up. I got to bring her up and make sure that I know that she's going to do exactly what I knew she was going to do, because that's what she does. She literally called you out for what the hell it was. Literally, I was about to say, when you said, or you asked, well, why are we spending or giving so much of our time and energy to these people? Let me explain something to you from a foundational. If we do not address these people, if we don't clear out the weeds from the actual grass, what we end up seeing is them same tethers coming back later on talking about, oh, Black Americans and Latinos created hip hop 50-50. If we don't clear these folks out, what we see coming along is, oh, well, we don't need reparations to be cash payments. We can have schooling and all these other different programs. What do you mean reparations should be lineage based? Don't all Black people go through problems here in America? That's what happens when we don't take the time to correct people such as yourself. And here's the thing also, when you look at politically, the only thing that made the Democrats crash out was us giving the attention to them and correcting them in their nonsense. My friend, you, sir, seem not to understand that. So it doesn't seem too off-putting to us to understand the fact that, you know, only people that speak like that are tethers. Why would you want to come into a room where you have 40 people that you follow and 13 people that's following you? Neither one of them is a part of the foundational Black Americans. And I mean as a lineage. Why in the hell, and trust me when I say this, why in the hell should we listen to you or take time out to give you time and attention? The last thing that you posted on your page and the several things that you posted, these are all recent. You have, you know, this whole housing situation heavy on this. And then you have the situation with the fade in the water. These are all recent. When I scroll down to your last posted, your oldest post, you have a post in May 14th. 2013. The East Side is about to turn up this summer. Somebody from the West, or shout out everybody from the West. Okay, that's cool. But you're not speaking about any issues that pertain to foundational Black Americans in May of 2013. Your very next post wasn't until August 29th, which is my son's birthday. He shares a birthday with Michael Jackson. August 29th of 2019. And you're sitting here literally giving your energy and time to the whole goddamn who had a better goddamn chicken sandwich argument. This is why people aren't taking you serious, sir. And for those who want to know, he said that Popeyes for the win. Sir, the situation, but you can't come into this goddamn space in which you follow no one and ask us about why we give attention to the people we give attention to. That would be like saying ignore Roland Martin when he's running around here being paid by the Democratic Party to spew all the Democratic talking points. Why would we do such a thing? When we're talking about us, you have to understand and understand that we know us, and we know us inside out because we are us. We know what a foundational Black American will say and won't say, even an ignorant foundational Black American. An ignorant foundational Black American would still be able to honestly say why it's necessary to call these people out, why they're angry at Donald Trump and Joe Biden. They wouldn't just be looking at Joe Biden. They wouldn't just be looking at Donald Trump, because by doing such, all you're doing is picking the side of racism that you're comfortable under. That's what's going on here, sir. And I saw you put your hand up, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna let Black Alpha decide whether he wants to allow you to elaborate or not, because I'm tired of it. And we got 3 other people that have their hands up that hasn't come up here to speak the nonsense that you're speaking for no apparent reason. And we want to hear what they have to say about the topic. So I'm gonna be honest with you. You showed your cards.
So y'all can just talk about me.
Hold on, you play poker with the wrong poker face. You're not going to cut me off. You're not going to cut Black Alpha off. And that's your problem. You think that you have the right. You have the audacity to just unmute whenever you want to, because you're not here trying to have that conversation as a civilized person. You're sitting here trying to push a narrative, unmute, and talk over the host, even though you're not hosting this space. You didn't bring hundreds of people into this space. You're not here to be a person of any type of, you came into this space with 13 people following you, with 40 people that you follow, and you've been online since 2013. Do I need to continue? I don't think I do. And because of that, you got to go. Bye-bye. Now, got to get to the family.
God damn. You done took that man to Sunday church school on a Saturday evening. God damn.
I'm telling you, I don't even understand why these folks come up in here and think that they can actually do a back and forth with everybody. He didn't just do that with you, my brother. He did that with our sister Natural. And I was going to tell him again, but our sister Natural was just going off. So I was like, let her continue. We're not here for any of that. We know who you are. We know what you are, because honestly, we don't go around cowarding in the way that a lot of you do. And when I say a lot of you, those are folks who don't belong to us, folks who don't have that bloodline, folks who ain't never stood up or will never stand up, but they want to listen to Bob Marley talk about stand up for your rights. It's just crazy to me that much of you stand up for your rights outside of the country in which you freaking belong to. My bad, brother. Go ahead.
Yo, good, brother. Goddamn. Everybody, and I have to bring this up again. Y'all notice when my sister Natural started checking this dude, he went into full crybaby mode. Boy, I'm about tired of these cry baby tethers. Nobody wants to see Mr. Mutombo come here from Senegal and then cry about a 5'5" Black American woman. Okay, you look weak, just as weak as the colonizer got you looking. It's just a bad deal. So shout out to all of my foundational Black American sisters who be giving these tethers that goddamn work, and them tethers be tucking they tether tails. Sister Natural, since you put it in, I'm gonna give it to you. I see you, Dr. Urban will get you, but my certified sisters is on the stage and they always got to get the first and foremost. So Sister Natural, go ahead, then my sister Angelic.
Thank you, thank you. And by the way, I'm only a 5 foot more, so thank you very much. Not 5'5", but notice, just like the other lady that she say we double teamed her. Notice when they get exposed, pressure, bust, pipes, they always go to calling us a militia, a cult. They always go, that's how you always know. It don't take much to crack them, because once they feel like they've been exposed, they're going to come out to who they are. And I came back. I had left and had to come back, and I got the back end. I just heard just a few words, and when I heard you checking him about him saying, well, we wasting time, ding, 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 I already knew what you were dealing with. And it takes no time to crack them, and they immediately are going to call us a militia, a cult. They're going to start calling us names, and he knew what it was. That's why he's about to start crying when I came in and busted his ass. But I just wanted to say that. Thank you.
Shout out to you, my sister. Shout out to you. Damn, I'm loving this FBA energy. Family, I'm going to tell you like this. I love checking tethers, ops, it don't matter. It's a beautiful thing. When you foundational Black Americans and you can tell the whole world what you gonna do and they still can't stop it, then do it. When you a foundational Black American, when you can drive that car, whatever it is. I personally like my Cadillac. I'm a Cadillac man. But when we driving that thing straight to the bank and we checking all them tethers on the side of the road, all them Democratic shields, and then they start waving that flag, be nice, nigga, be nice to me. Y'all just too tough. When you start hitting them with that one, fam, that is nothing better than FBA excellence. Speaking of excellence, let me send this to my sister Angelic.
Hi. So this is what I wanted to say to that individual. I don't see him in here now. And I'm really not even to him. We see what ignoring them has gotten us. What ignoring these foreigners has gotten us. It's got them saying that they built a country that was well built when they got here. All they had to do is come and fill up their plate with everything that our people provided. It's gotten us where we're being disrespected to the point where we just have to ban them. We just have to completely ban them. You know what I'm saying? It's got to the point where we see where it's gotten us. Like, we can't ignore them. And when he kept saying we and our, I just knew right there. That's their word right there. That's these foreigners' word. That's them trying to pretend like they're us. Well, we should just ignore them. Even that part when he said, when Black Alpha, when you said, when somebody's breaking into your house through the front door of all places, trying to break into your house, kicking your dog, going to your refrigerator, I don't ignore you. I don't ignore you. You gonna get all the smoke. And he was like, well, you have to ignore it. Sometimes you ignore somebody breaking into your front door. You do pay a little attention. No, you pay them all the attention. So I'm like, just the fact, and I think about how our people fought for these people to get over here, the melanated ones, all the ones that are non-white, all the ones that are not right to get over here, fought for them to get over here, and how all of us over the generations, we've all picked up little slights off of them over the years, and we just kind of brushed it off. And now we're to the point that we have to fight all these people. We see where it's gotten us. We can't just ignore them. Like, that's not how it works. So, yeah, I just wanted to say that. I'll leave it there.
110, my sister. Absolutely. That person just basically said, hey, well, come on in and have everything you like. Everybody's trying to disarm us. That's the thing. Remember, they're going to come at you with 100 different ways of saying the same shit. And it's always going to be a main objective of FBA, please stop. Stop delineating, stop regulating, stop G-checking, stop checking paperwork. They're not going to say it directly like that because the Tether's a coward. And you can see the coward just popping all through dude's pores. And notice, I want everybody to notice this now. When we said that he was a Tether, he never disagreed. He got real quiet.
Never denied it, Alpha. He never denied it.
Sister, you hit him with that tether detector, and he was just, yeah, oh, okay, I guess I am. So if the man didn't deny that he's a tether, then that means he's a tether. So shout out to my sister for putting that on the damn table. Shout out to my sister for bringing that paperwork. This is what it is. So we got these tethers to the point, fam, where once we expose them, they basically just sitting here admitting it. I remember a time where the tether would try to argue all damn day long. Now tether's just saying, yep, y'all right. You damn right we right. We always been right. Everything we say is right. Foundational Black Americans always win. If you look across the United States of America, damn that. Look across the whole damn planet Earth. FBA is the only lineage that's winning. You can take every single continent, every single country. You can add them all up, multiply, divide them. I don't give a damn. FBA are the only people on a winning streak. Everybody else is crashing out, breaking down. How do you know this? Because look at all the protests out there. When you see us out there protesting, nope, we out there line dancing or going to a reparations rally. We out there smiling, bigging each other up. Everybody else, when they in the street breaking down, fighting. Look at these ICE protests right now in DC. Then look at the ones that you just seen out in California, and then the ones in Texas, and Chicago, New York. We want to talk about who's outside. Foundational Black Americans are outside. Difference is we outside and we smiling. They outside and they melting down. The same way that we just melted this clown down and sent his ass on packing. Tethers, it's a new time. And all that tether energy that you got, all that stuff gets canceled out immediately when you step into a space with real ones. This is a certified zone, a certified space brought to you by certified foundational Black Americans, and there ain't a damn thing anybody can do about it. You better understand, you better check it, because when we out here putting out this vibration, the whole damn world is sitting back watching, and we putting on a show. Go ahead, church, and then send it to my brother Cool Keezy. We rocking.
Oh, you already know, family, because you made another great point, and it's just been a layup to a layup to a layup to a layup to a dunk, and then they run it down the field with it, and then it gets stolen, and then it turns to another layup to a layup to a layup. Someone pass it back, and now here's a three for you. Since when? And this man came in here talking about. Yeah, we're winning. We're winning. I'm just saying we just need to, take our foots off their necks a little bit. Since when does the winner take their foot off the loser's neck? When? Even when you're playing basketball, football, soccer, any type of sport, boxing, any type of sport at all. If you win a championship, do you not go back and look at the tapes to see the things that you did wrong to make sure that nobody's going to interject into those little areas that you did not cover? Since when did you not look at the tapes to make sure that if you're swinging high and a person's swinging low and how to block that rib? Since when? We've always been this meticulous type of people. And one thing that I love, I love several things that our brother says, but the one thing that I love when dealing with that person was the fact that he asked the question, since when does the winner sit here and spend all their time on the losers? Not one time in history have anybody in our sport. Jesse Owens, shout out and salute to our brother Jesse Owens. Jesse Owens wasn't concerned about what the losers was doing. He was only concerned about what he was not doing correctly to make sure those losers didn't catch up to him. That is a big thing that we have to do. Because a lot of the folks right now, they're starting to see that they thought that they were on the winning team, but they were actually on the losing team. They're starting to see that foundational Black Americans are publicly going back and checking the tapes and bringing out those tapes to the public. We're not just in the back of the locker room with the team, just us looking at the tapes and saying, hey, you know what? Yeah, we need to change here. We need to change here. Keep this secret, guys. No, we're in the front at the press conference calling this all out. Well, you asked what could we done better? Well, here's a PowerPoint presentation of what we could have done better. That's all this is. We're sitting here in a PowerPoint presentation, clicking through the PowerPoint presentation saying, hey, you know what? As the Church of Black Power, you know what? I'm going to make sure that I put up these blocks in this area. Let's move forward. Oh, okay. Here we see, other brothers and sisters talking and getting pulled into the point of us being a little bit too xenophobic or being too brutal on these people. Well, now we're going to make sure these people know that they're xenophobic in their own damn lands. We are not being a people who are not strategically thinking at all times. You're the people who don't strategically think. You're the people that think that you can come and bring up rhetoric that you've been given by your dang handler and think it's going to work. And we're showing you it's not working whatsoever. You people are the people that need to look at your own damn replays, at your own tapes to see how you got served left and right by foundational Black American men, foundational Black American women. And I have no doubt that at some point in time that you were served by foundational Black American children as well. But with that, I'll get to our brother Cool Keezy.
Man, I don't even know. Man, I don't know what the heck that dude was on. Y'all just slam dunk Vince Carter over the head, slam dunk all on his head hella times. I'm like, what the hell is this dude talking about? He didn't find that useful. Now, see, his parents probably passed that Tether test, and he's like, oh, don't be talking about that. Don't be talking about that now. We need to focus on something else. And he did sound like that Tether detective stuff. That was crazy. They found him out too funny, but see, he didn't pass our Tether test. His parents didn't account for that, did they? They didn't know we got our own Tether test. And we running all them out. He got ran out the paint too quick. That's too funny. Anybody that comes sounding, I'm FBA too, and then they don't pass. I thought somebody was gonna ask him, where's your family from? Because we could have found out real quick. He probably, his little fake FBA claim might have just fell apart real quick. We just grilled him on that. Just because you say you are, oh, okay, well, where's your family from?
He was waiting for me to come in here.
I was about to say, Cool Keezy, you know Alpha, he's going to listen for a second, and then he's going to jump on his neck. But our sister Natural, she just jumped down his neck real quick. No. We know what you are.
Yeah.
And that's that.
Sheesh. Hey, man.
Hey, y'all know how it go. You give some Tether just enough rope, and you know what they gonna do to their damn self. Listen, we ain't got to call them no Tether because they gonna call themselves a Tether. And apparently, that's exactly what the hell he did. And he got embarrassed on the way back. I heard, by the way, he's in some village right now with Mr. Mutombo, and they sharing a bowl of Jollof, and they listening to Tyler's greatest hits, and there ain't none. Go ahead.
Hey, Alpha, he's going to cry on the donkey.
Right next to the zebra and the elephant. Go ahead.
I got nothing, man. I'm about to catch y'all. Y'all crazy.
Salute to our brother Cool Keezy, man. Much love to him. We got our brother EJ. I had to bring my brother EJ up because, we can't go a space without our brother EJ saying something. He's been one of those folks who also been packing that bamboo stick, making sure that it's heavily coated. You think those hairlines is something. Wait until you feel those heads. Pause. Eric, it's on you, my brother. Go ahead.
Thank you, brother, for tagging me in because I was asleep. I didn't even know y'all was having a space. My phone died then. I had to charge it up. But I wish I was in here for this, individual. I don't even know who the dude is, though. But I'll probably catch you back on the record and just be laughing my ass back to sleep because I was in a coma But Tethers, Democrats, and Black Lives Matter in DC protests. It doesn't surprise me that the Tethers are still mad about, the deportations. The Democrats are out here still fighting over one of Sally Struthers' long lost wigs or one of Maxine Waters' wigs. Hell, you can even put Jasmine Crockett in that category. I mean, she's about to get us fired. But, besides that, these Tethers and these wannabe, Black American organizations that think they doing something to us by allegedly fighting for Black American people, they just go to show you that, these so-called protests, they just doing that because they want Black Americans out there to be protesting for no damn reason. We already told y'all our terms and conditions. If y'all ain't talking about reparations and giving me some money so I can put in my hand to take care of my family and we can handle our business for future generations to come, then I really don't want to hear that shit. And it doesn't surprise me that the National Guard is in a state like DC. I mean, it don't surprise me. I mean, you got immigrants all over the country. I wish they would have did this the beginning when Trump said this the first day he was in office. So it really doesn't surprise me because, these Tethers and these other folks are still mad about the protests and stuff. You still got people, protesting over Target. You got a lot of stuff going on in these different states within America. So, the Tethers, they got to do anything to try to make sure that they get the few biscuit crumbs they still trying to get from, their Democratic white daddy or their Democratic white mother. And this just goes to show you that the Democratic Party are just really desperate. And I can't really say nothing about Black Lives Matter. That was allegedly ran by numerous amount of bulldaggers. I don't know if they was related to Yvette Carnell or, some of the chicks from Love and Hip Hop. But this just goes to show you that a lot of these folks, they're just trying to distract us and don't want us to be on point when it comes to our family. They don't want us to be on point when it comes to our lineage. They definitely don't want us to be on point in these Twitter spaces. You get a lot of these clowns in these spaces talking weird stuff. I ain't gonna say no names because, a lot of these folks are irrelevant. The folks that don't like me, I just stay to myself and just going on about my business. They ain't really talking about real business. And it just goes to show you that a lot of these people that are trying to cause distractions and confusion on the app, inside and outside of their pathetic lives, they don't have anything else to do besides be on this app all day. And this just goes to show you that Tethers, they don't have nothing to do on this app. Democrats, they definitely don't got nothing to do on this app. And Black Lives Matter, they've been so irrelevant. It's just like the Rihanna R9 album. It's never going to come out or never going to come back. But this just goes to show you that these so-called protests that's going on in D.C., we've been seeing this stuff all the time when it comes to either these Tethers, definitely these Democrats, and definitely to ass backwards organizations like Black Lives Matter. And that just goes to show you that they just hating on the family. And all we got to do is stick together. Shout out to you, brother Arthur Watkins. I see you in here, homie. Salute to you on all your work that you do. And we're going to land my plane and just say this. Don't get distracted by Tethers and their hairlines. Don't get distracted by Democrats and their crunchy ass wigs. And definitely don't get distracted by Black Lives Matter because they can be somewhere behind the scenes getting they I ain't even gonna say the last thing I wanted to say. God had to stop me, but y'all can just imagine. I ain't gonna even give y'all an example, but besides that, I'll land my plane.
My brother EJ. I'm telling y'all, man, if y'all don't know, EJ needs to be a stand-up comedian. I'm gonna go ahead and put that on the table for the universe right now because this brother here.
Hey, did EJ wake up out of his sleep swinging the bamboo stick?
So woke up swinging the bamboo
He was
stick.
10 for 10. He had all of them hairlines.
The bamboo stick was on his chest. He woke up and just said, swing. Much love to our brother family. We're going to spin the hands one more time, and then we're going to go ahead and go to the closing statement so we can get up out of here. Much love to our brother for even giving us this much time. So let's go ahead and go to our sister Natural, then we'll go to our sister Angelic, then we'll hit it off with Cool Keezy, our brother Eric, if he want to say anything else, and then we'll come back to myself and then go to our brother Alpha.
Well, I didn't have my hand raised, but always an awesome space. I love being amongst you guys, and I can't wait for the next one. So I hope you guys have a great evening.
Much love to you, my sister, always, because you always spitting that fire, and we know it. Just like our sister Angelic.
Natural Torah. Quit
It's
being
on
mean
you.
to them. You's being mean. You's the hate groups. You's the xenophobic. Y'all's the gangs. Y'all FBAs
I
is
had to
so
put his in
bad.
a full Nelson real quick because he was talking crazy.
G-check.
Angelic, it's on you, my sister. Go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to tell everybody, have a great rest of your night, and thank you for listening to me and let me come up and speak. See you next time.
Always, my sister. It's always a pleasure to have you around. You know that, my sister Angelic. Cool Keezy, what you got to say, bro?
Man, I ain't got nothing, man. I just say peace to the family, man. We gonna keep. They not gonna pass our tether test, and yeah, we just gonna keep the pressure on everybody, man. Shout out to the family.
Much love to you, my brother, all day, every day. Like you said, we gonna keep the pressure on they. Like our sister Angelic said, pressure breaks pipes. So let the pipes break. Pause. Eric, what you got to say, fam bam?
Yeah, I wish I was in here when that Tether came in here because I definitely needed a laugh. I'm going through a lot of things, but besides that, I do want to say thank you to everybody who spoke in here. Definitely Black Alpha, the church, Cool Keezy, Natural Torah. Shout out to everybody in here in the ops that are listening at the bottom of the garbage pail. And we know y'all are real, haters when it comes amongst real spaces, but I would rather be in here, listening to y'all, speaking. The moral of the story is this is just another classic space, one for the history books. I wish I was here in the beginning. But, besides that, I just want to say thank you. And for you Tethers, do better. Black Lives Matter. I can't even say nothing about y'all. The less said about y'all is the better. We in 2025. We ain't taking it back to, the 2020s and below that. But these folks are like a bad credit score. They try to come in here and try to get a business loan, but we deny these because every time we put that reject red stamp on top of their foreheads. But besides that, these DC protests, it doesn't surprise me. You're dealing with a whole bunch of stuff that's going on in America. And when you add illegal immigration and a whole bunch of savagery out here from the dominant society, it's always going to be something. You got to take Roland Martin's fork and spoon away from him when they can't feed him anymore. He just be eating everything. So you got to keep giving him less and less table scraps every day. But besides that, I just want to say thank you to the family and just make sure that everybody is practicing their Second Amendment rights. And I do definitely want to say, yeah, TikTok. Yeah, that's Tether Central, number 3,968. But besides that, just everybody stay safe and stay tether free. And I'll land my plane.
Family, much love to our brother EJ. And yeah, the TikTok situation. Yeah, there's a lot of tethers on the TikTok ever since Clubhouse have gone downhill. A lot of the tethers are coming from the TikTok acts as of now. But
hey, family, can I say something really quick? Naturally, Tara was the one that said pressure breaks pipes. I'm not that witty, so I'll just leave it there.
It's okay. I wasn't gonna say anything.
Much love to you, my sister. My apologies, and much love to you, my sister, as well, Angelic, for letting me know that, because you both be coming with some witty stuff. Don't get it twisted, and that's why it's so easily for me to just give one credibility to the other, because y'all both be coming with that fire. Don't get me wrong at all. Much love to our sister Natural for bringing that, though. You're absolutely correct. But let me say this before I go and land my plane, my 757 jet. You dig me? I want to make sure everybody understands this. I am not a Democrat. I am not a Republican. Just like many of us in the foundational Black American community are not Democrats, we are not Republicans. Yes, we can call out the racism and the ignorance, especially when it comes to the DC situation. But when you look at everything that has been being promoted after that DC situation, notice, I want everybody to take very, very close notice that once the DC situation started, you don't hear a lot of Republicans talking about DC being a bad place and all this other stuff. What you're hearing is a bunch of Republicans standing behind Donald Trump. You're hearing more of these TikTokers come along and talk about how DC is a bad place. And a lot of these TikTokers are Tethers. My brother is a doctor out in Philadelphia, out in Umar's state there, right? Go figure. But my brother's out there. One of the things that my brother do almost every weekend to kind of decompress from his job as a doctor out there is to catch the train from Pennsylvania over to DC. My brother's in DC all the time. I have never heard my brother tell me that DC is full of crazy mother lovers out here trying to carjack. I have never heard my brother say that he went to DC and went to any type of club, party, restaurant, anything like that, and said, oh, it was just so ghetto, I'd never go back out there. I have never seen my brother or heard my brother tell me he went to DC and all of a sudden there was all this crime on Pennsylvania Avenue. Out of all the places in DC, they picked the damn street that, god dang it, the White House is not just built on, but maintained to be. This has to be studied when it comes down to the nonsense that these people tell us. We can call all that out because we, as foundational Black Americans, we understand the parties use the same damn concepts, whether it's on the left party or on the right party, they're using the same language. But one of my major issues is the fact that you have all these people that the Democrats are sending out because they're too coward to come out themselves to speak on it, because then we'll call them out. These very same people that was running around here talking about illegals and crying over illegals and trying to raid freaking facilities for illegals and all this other stuff, they're egg quiet. They're egg quiet. And if you don't know what egg quiet means, that's an old term that comes from Louisiana that my grandfather told me, which means that there is no crack in that damn shell. They stay silent. Once you crack open the egg and put the egg into the pan, what happens? It sizzles. You start to hear the noise. These people are egg silent when it comes to the situation of targeting foundational Black Americans, because they look at it as a situation that they need. If we don't have continuous situations to show racism on the right, then we won't have people voting for us continuously. If we don't go out there and actually show people why they need us, then they won't need us continuously. We won't get voted back in. They'll forget. They'll look at us and see what we actually stand for, and then we'll dissipate as a party. And that won't work for the Republicans either. If the Democrats dissipate as a party, the Republicans have no one to point to and say, hey, look at what they're doing. And if the Republicans dissipate as a party, they have no one to point to and say, look at what they're doing. They lean on each other like the two sides of a pyramid. Really, there's three sides, but the third side is the foundation. The foundation of both sides of the Republican Party and the Democrat Party is anti-foundational for foundational Black Americans. That's the foundational of both parties. You can't build a house without the foundation. The foundation is making sure that we don't rise as a people, but the house itself is built with the wall, 4 walls, 2 of them walls being Republicans, 2 of them being Democrats. And we're not going to allow anybody to come into our spaces and try to mesmerize us either way. We're not going to fall to the Republicans because we don't like what the Democrats are doing. And we're not going to fall to the Democrats because we don't like what the Republicans are saying. The fact of the matter is this. We are not the old school Afro-Americans sheep that was led to the slaughter by Jesse Jackson. We are not the same people who were under the banner of pan or scam Africanism. We're foundational Black Americans who have opened their eyes, who have become not just politically savvy, but internationally savvy, especially when it comes to international relations. We did what Trump did with the rest of the world when it came to the tariffs. Let me explain that real quick. The tariffs was meant to equalize all the situations that America has been paying to everyone else on the import situation or the export situation. And on the import situation, we was getting nothing. Then Trump came along and said, you know what? We've been paying nothing to all these people who's been charging us tariffs upon tariffs upon tariffs. So we're going to charge people tariffs too. It's going to be reciprocal. And that, my friends, is all foundational Black Americans have been saying to people within the diaspora, to people within the Democratic Party, to people within the Republican Party. If you're not going to do nothing for us that's reciprocal, we're not doing nothing for you. And that's including giving you votes. If that's including propping any of you up, that's including participating in any of your quote unquote music festivals or protests, period, point in black. That's what it is. That's what it's going to be. And that's what they're not getting used to as of yet. But guess what? Oh, family, they got to get used to it because ain't nobody in their damn party is going to come out and change that situation. This is the new normal, and this is going to be the normal moving forward because our generation that's coming after us is watching this generation do what we do. And what we do is shut these folks down. What we do is walk into these folks' houses because they've been in our house for too damn long. So even when they decide to leave, we follow them to their house that might be across the street and walk into their door and say, how do you like it? Family, we're here for one reason and one reason only. And that's to move foundational Black Americans forward, not to be held back, not to allow these tethers and these pleathers to come around acting like real leather. None of that. We don't owe none of these people nothing. Just like when we go to their country, they owe us nothing. When it comes down to foundational Black Americans, and everything that's going down in DC, everything that's going down in LA, everything that's going down in New York, Las Vegas, New Jersey, or wherever else, it is all the same. And when it comes to these other folks, it is not the same. They are fighting for a comfortable place under the supremacist system, under the Nabisco, and I say so, system. And until people who sit in the back of the classroom get that and hear that clearly, we're going to continue to shut them down. With that being said, I appreciate my brother Alpha for having me as a co-host once again. I appreciate each and every one of you coming up, bringing that fire the way that you do. And I'd like to thank each and every one of you for just blessing us with sharing the time that you have to hear this message. It moves us forward when you do so. And with that, I'll land. My brother Alpha, take us home, brother.
Ain't no party like an FBA party because an FBA party don't stop. And we ain't never gonna stop. regulating. We ain't never gonna stop G-checking, and we ain't never gonna stop running these people out of the paint. That's how it is. You can come around us and ask us, plead, beg, get foundational Black Americans to play nice, but we ain't never gonna do none of that. Cause see, playing nice got these people coming over here to my country trying to disrespect me, but it's my house and you can't come in my house. You ain't got the key in the lock and you don't even know the address. Family, what they don't like is the fact that foundational Black Americans are more American than white people. I said it. And Tethers don't like that because Tethers love people. So we just pissing everybody off. And I want y'all to rejoice, okay? It is officially Sunday. So I want everybody to do some rejoicing right now. And you need to rejoice in the fact that we run things. You need to rejoice in the fact that everybody else runs from their homeland to come over to the place that we built. And when I tell everybody that we built this thing, that is what the whole world knows right now. There's an acceptance. It's reality time. Everybody understands that foundational Black Americans built this country and there ain't a damn thing they can do about it. You can't hustle the hustlers. We invented all of this. And when I say we invented all this, I'm talking about the style, I'm talking about the fashion, I'm talking about the ground that you walk on. I'm talking about every single thing that gets radiated from the United States. It's got foundational Black American handwriting. And we writing it all the way live. And let me tell you what it says. It says reparations, reparations, and reparations. And let me tell you about reparations. Reparations and deportations go hand in hand. So when you start talking about reparations and deportations, that is sending these people on out the country. And when we say we sending these people out the country, I want y'all to notice it's been the Tethers out there in DC, and they saying, come on down, mister. Come on down. It's all bad. Come get them Black Americans. I want y'all to notice that it's been the Tethers out there trying to get Black Americans caught up. That's who it's been. They don't sing the same songs that we sing. They don't talk like us. They don't walk like us. They damn sure don't smell like us because they don't use deodorant and shampoo. They don't even got a bar of soap. All right. But let me tell you what we have. We have the citizenship that the whole world covets. We have the citizenship that the whole world wants, and we're not giving it up. So when we say that Tethers, Democrats, and Black Lives Matter are in them DC protests, that's exactly what it is. And I believe that my brother Church has broke it down very, very clear. I believe that the other speakers have broke it down very, very clear. So in the coming days, you're going to see a lot of people, and they're going to be trying to reel us in. You're going to have a bunch of people who have Flea in their name. Family, never trust somebody with a skeptical background and they have Flea in their name. And that goes for that a fleeny and conscious flea. Okay? All they do is flee, so they can't speak to me. And we're going to represent to the fullest, and we're going to send these people packing because we're tired of they dirty macking. So I want my brothers and sisters to understand nothing brings you together than G-checking the tether. You know, when you go out with your brothers and sisters and somebody disrespects and you and your brothers and sisters check somebody, don't you just feel closer? See, this is why they don't want us checking them, fam. Nothing brings the family together better than checking somebody. If you don't believe me, go out with your husband, your wife, your cousins, go out with your aunts, your uncles, and just check the random person that gets out of line. And what that's going to do is that's going to bring us even closer because now we realize that we got a common enemy. Y'all know, anybody who got a brother, sister, I'm saying right now, when me and my brother check somebody, man, we be high-fiving when we go home. Damn right. Nothing brings you together than checking somebody as a family, all right? That's what it is. So when you check somebody as a family, hey, y'all know how it go. When you check somebody as a family, that puts our family together. And that's why they don't want us to do it, because you don't see sisters coming out saying, leave the Tethers alone. Hell no. Nobody's checking Tethers more than Black American sisters. Okay, right now, sisters is checking the hell out of these Tethers. And the brothers is right there. So when you see us standing together and putting in work as a family, that right there scares them because they want us to be divided. They want us to be separated. But the fact is that we're united, and we're not united just amongst what we're doing on a day to day. We're also united with regulating. We're also united with pulling out that paperwork. We're also united with checking hairlines. We're also united with sending people back to their village. So when my sister's putting in work and I'm putting in work and the family's putting in work, then that means that we are standing on our square and we will not pivot, okay? A family that regulates together stays together. So I want all my family to continue doing the regulating. I want all my family to continue to hold it down. And I want everybody to understand this one thing. And this thing is very, very important. And that is that foundational Black Americans, we created this thing on day one. Foundational Black Americans, we run this thing right now. And foundational Black Americans will continue to run this thing through the future. Now, is my sister Angelica, are you still here, my good sister?
Yes, sir. I'm still
I'm going to
here.
put you on the spot because I am going to have you close this space. And I know you weren't ready for this, sister, but I'm your brother and this is just a
No, I'm
brotherly
not.
joke. So you go ahead and you close this space the way you can, my good sister. And everybody, y'all have a good night. Peace and love from the number one activist, Black Alpha. Go ahead, beloved.
Okay, family, why did y'all put me on the spot like this? How I'm gonna follow up behind that? How? Behind that? I can't do it. So it's been an amazing space. Thank you so much, family. I feel so fortified by all of you all. I hope you feel some fortification from me as well. I have all of you all's backs. You know that. I love you all, and I'm gonna leave it there and have a great rest of your night. See you next time.